called How to Fail at Anything in 50 or for 50 years. Just anything's possible. Can't even do a live stream without doing it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. So anyways, if nothing else wants to go wrong on me as possible, this has been perhaps 3 years, right about almost 3 years, since I last posted or uploaded anything to this teensy tiny little channel here on YouTube, and a ton has happened in 3 years. I've been gone from this channel, so that's just a whole ton of catching up to do, lots and tons of story time that I can get into in future videos, as I have been contemplating and thinking about for maybe the past few months about maybe perhaps getting back onto the Riders for Christ channel and trying to upload some more content, anything from like Harley rides to how-tos, because this Harley bike, which I have featured many times on this channel, 2011 Harley Davidson Sportster Nightster, it not only does it need a bath or a wash extra really bad, but it's now about due or past due for major maintenance. The brakes will need to be changed. Well, I mean, the front brakes are okay, but I might as well just go ahead and replace them, because the rear ones might be okay for another year, because they're half the thickness as the front one, so it won't hurt nothing just to change them now. That will happen in a few more months as it gets warmer and I got more tools, as I might need a few more tools, and like a jack, for example. I need to have one of those. I need to get a jack, maybe a few extra tools. I need to get the parts. I got the brake pads, but I'm also looking at draining the primary chain fluid, because the clutch is about getting due to be adjusted. And I thought, if that is the original clutch at barely at 13,000 miles, might as well just go on ahead and change out the clutch. And so I need to get one of those. And then that will also require adjusting the clutch anyway, and readjusting the primary chain tensioner and all of those kinds of things. So I'm looking to do all of those things in the next couple of months as it gets warmer and nicer out, and I might maybe have some more money to do things with. So in the meanwhile, for today's video, thought I might try again, if just things would just cooperate for a while, to show you a how-to on how to, if it makes any sense. It probably doesn't, and that's okay if it doesn't. It's just whatever it is. You don't have much of a script to work off of when you're live. So I was wanting to try and see if I can perhaps give you some ideas on how to get the most time with your vlogs, or phone time, or camera time, or whatever you might want to call it. It probably doesn't make any sense anyways, so I'll just try to show it to you if I can. If the phone, no, that won't work. If the phone will want to cooperate with me, we'll have to see, because it's already got me ticked off more than once already with a stupid phone. Anyway, so I was trying to show you at least twice before, is that this is the battery tender cord plugged into the wall, plugged in all winter. My Harley has not been run, just maybe a few times at all this winter, and just really nice sunny warm days. So it's been parked all winter, plugged in to the battery. So all you need to do is, if you can get yourself another battery tender cord like this one, you can tell. You can get one of these at the Harley shop, or whatever you want to call it. Again, I can never talk right. It's the damn dealership, or eBay, or Amazon, or whatever. Get another one of these, and what you do is, it's going to be difficult to show you, but you just kind of just tuck it up along all of the wire loom, all up underneath the gas tank. That's what I did. I can't show you very well from this angle, just because of just whatever it's happening to me. And anyway, so you just do your best to tuck this all up with wire ties, all up along the wire loom, all under here, underneath the tank, best as you can, along, if there's any kind of hoses or whatever, just tuck it all up out of the way, away from any kind of heat sources or anything that's going to get hot or whatever. And so what's going to happen is that, if I can show this to you, and I'm working on it. So you got your cable coming through from underneath the gas tank best as you can. It comes here where I have a fuse. And it's going to be probably difficult with one hand to show it to you just because, well, this is Chris we're talking about here. You just can't have anything easy. So there is the fuse for that. I have it at, I think, 20 amps. That should be more, that's probably way more than plenty. That might be too much what I need. But anyway, 20 amp, it's a wide fuse, I believe. It's a wide blade fuse. So I got that there, and from the fuse, I ran out of wire. From here, you have that really large connector, the terminal connectors that go to the battery. So I cut those off, stripped those, and I got another piece of cord, and I'll show that to you here in a moment. Got it wired tight here, and now, it's up to you how you want to do this. This has not affected me any. Like I said, I've been riding the bike quite a lot with it set up like this, and I do not ride in the rain anyway, unless I just absolutely have to, but I mostly stay away from the rain and bad weather. So for me, because I'm mostly riding with sunny, warm weather, got it connected to there, so it's whatever you like to do. It can be right or wrong, but trust me, yes, I'm sure I'm doing it wrong because I must always do everything wrong for everybody. And that's okay, any so. If I can get this to show this to you. Now, let's see, no, stupid phone's gonna act up on me again. So here we have that piece of cable I showed you from the wire, those, whatever, again, they're called. I can never talk right, and you can't ever see. Goes from here, goes to this cable, which you can't see, and it goes to this, which again, you can't probably see because just everything is impossible. This is part of being a Christian. You just have to just struggle and have everything just be ridiculous and a failure and everything else. So I was trying to see if I can show you that it plugs into that, or goes to this. And you can get this at the auto parts store or wherever you want to get these. It's up to you. So anyway, it goes here. There is a fuse in here. I don't remember what the fuse is. I don't remember if it's 10 amps or 15. I can't remember. It might be 40. I don't know. You see that there. Well, it says to do not plug anything over 40 watts, which that's not what you're going to do anyway. So this plugs together. So it's double fused. And again, I know you can't see a damn thing with all of this failure happening with me. It's just, I don't know what to say. It's just what it is. So you have this that you can find at an auto parts store, or truck stop, or Amazon, or wherever you want to find one. It's a two-way. And it does include USB ports. You got two, and so if you just plug in your little adapters for your USB, whatever adapter's going to plug in. In this case, I have two USB plugs, so it's a total of 4 altogether. So you have this. So all you got to do is when you have these things all plugged all in together, all you need to do is when you're ready to use it, if you want to come back over here when you're able to see, and I know you can't just because, you plug this into this other cord here. You plug these two together. Okay, that's what you do. When you're ready to use this, plug these two together, and that will bring power from the battery to the little adapter thing up front I showed you. So when you're ready to use it, plug these two in together, and that will give you power, which I know you can't see. I know. Tell me all about it. It'll give you power to this. So on one, you have the white cord. The white cord comes out of here, and I got everything all tucked all down inside here, and I know you can't see anything. You get the white cord all tucked down inside the bag here. I kind of got it tie it all up, which I know you can't see again. You got to tie it all up here, and it goes up here to this. So showing you, trying to show you, maybe you can't, I don't know. The white cord goes into this. You can plug this into your phone, and I have a microphone here, which, yeah, I know. You don't have to remind me. You can't hear anything under the wind with that microphone as you're riding down the road. But anyway, this is a Video Mic Me. It's from Australia. Video Mic Me from Australia. This is a Rode microphone. So, you know, I just put that there as just, you know, just to have it for some audio. And there might be times under slow riding or a stop sign or light, whatever. I can still talk into it. But of course, you can always unplug this, which I'm sure I will do, and plug in a different microphone that will go into my helmet. So, but the point here is that you can plug this into your phone and always have power to your phone. And then the other little piece of cable from here, which you can't see, is from this, and I got this wire kind of, you know, down and around best as you can, all secured, and it goes to this. And that's the, which you can't see. It's always gonna be blurry. I know. You don't have to remind me, because you just can't do anything right when your name is Chris. I get it. Anyway, so here you have your power cord, USB, and this is the GoPro mount. So this will plug right into the GoPro camera, and it will give it constant power. And I have covered before on videos, and you're running to charge your phone or keep your phone charged, that's not a whole lot of power. So that should be more than ample for the charging system for the bike, because you're not plugging in a lot of high-powered, high-wattage devices in here. And that's not what you want to do, because you know, the charging system for the bike, it's not designed for any kind of high electrical load. So this is pretty light. That's kind of, I know you can't see a damn thing. I get it. I know it's all about failure all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't have to remind me. It's okay. So this is not really just like taking anything. So that's not leaching a lot of power. So that's kind of next to minimal. So I was trying to show you, without all of the problems that constantly happen to me, of how you can have constant power to not only your phone, but also your GoPro camera that you might have here. And you could very well have a GoPro camera mounted to your helmet, and you can route the little cable up and through your jacket or shirt or whatever you're wearing. And that can be plugged into the GoPro camera on your helmet. And I have tried many, many times to suggest this idea, this little system, to other Harley riders, for example, like Jess, her two wheels. I have tried to suggest this kind of setup because she's forever complaining, which I understand. She's got a right to gripe, of how the GoPro cameras are always dying with no batteries. So I constantly have tried several times to tell her of this kind of system where you can plug in your GoPro camera straight into the battery of the bike as it's running. And you always will have power, the cameras will stay on longer, the batteries won't die, and you can always have your phone charged too. So I need to get that all back together in the way I want. But it just tucks right down in this front bag, which I know you can't see a damn thing. You get this down here in your front bag. I don't know, it's just one thing after the next. It's just a 100% failure going on here. How not to make a video on YouTube, and this is it. So you have this protected, not going to get rained on, it's not going to get wet, it'll be safe, it's not drawing much of any power or energy. And you can leave it plugged in if you're going to be doing something off the bike for a while. But if you're going to be off the bike and not riding for long periods, then you definitely will want to pull this plug off of here. Let's pull this off so it's not going to just keep draining and charging the battery. So when you're done riding for the day or a couple days, whatever, just separate this and it will disconnect the power to everything and it won't drain the battery. And you go back to plugging in your little charging cord back into this for the battery tender. So that's all I was trying to do. Trying to be helpful. So what mess do I have back here? Let's see. Oh, I guess it's okay. So what I do is I just open this all up just to show it to you. And yes, in case you're wondering, that's my registration and insurance. I got that right here, all protected, not going to go anywhere. And I just go ahead and I just, you know, strap this up best as I can. So none of that is going to go. I know you can't see again because I get just distracted. So I guess I got distracted again too about what I was saying earlier, was that I have tried many times, at least several that I can remember, of trying to suggest this idea to other motor vloggers, especially ones like Jess with her 2 wheels, and of her GoPros dying, and because the battery goes out or dies, or I know half the other times it gets overheated. So I was hoping that system would at least keep it all running, and you don't have to screw around with the batteries dying. You're not having to screw around with changing out the batteries. You don't have to always wonder if the thing's actually still on or working or not because of the batteries, when it's just all plugged all straight into constant power from the bike as it's running, especially when it's running. You know, yeah, it's going to work too when it's off. But, you know, it's just, I don't know, I don't get it. I mean, I do understand. This is Chris we're talking about here. Chris doesn't know a damn thing, so just blow him off and ignore him. Don't have to do anything. So they continue to suffer with batteries that go dead, or their GoPros turning off and because the batteries died, and they bring 5 or 6 or 7, 8, 9, 10 batteries with them, and that's like a lot of weight. And they keep trying to constantly switch out batteries. You know, yeah, I know. Sometimes there might be times where you might need some batteries to do some stuff, but most other times you're riding. So I was hoping that way would work easier, not having to scramble for batteries all the time when you're riding and stuff, or have the thing just cut off on you. But, you know, it's okay. It's just similar to trying to ask a horse to drink lots of delicious, yummy water and just have it just say no. So, you know, that's going to fall down on me. So it's okay. It's like I try to help people, and that's just all I get. Trying to be helpful, and it's just deaf ears and crickets and blowing off and ignoring. And that's okay. I guess I'm the only one that will be the one that's going to have the phone and GoPro camera. It's not going to die because of the batteries. So anyway, this video is now getting to be more than long enough. This is a live stream, and currently nobody's watching, but that's okay. Maybe sometime later you might want to get to it. So that's all for now for this little channel, Riders for Christ. And like I say, maybe I'll be back in another month or a couple of months, ready to do some work on my Harley bike, trying to do some how-tos, and I don't know if they're going to be live or not. We'll see. I might record it, edit. I don't know yet. Haven't got that far. Anyway, but thanks anyways for trying to hang out here with me with a Harley bike, and I'm hoping, maybe, I could only hope, I got some ideas for you if you like to use them. It's up to you. Okay, anyway, I'm going to end this. I need to plug my battery back in and move on to do some other things. It's a little cool outside today. Not all pleasant weather for riding. So thank you very much again, if you made it this far, for watching. And maybe, perhaps, I might see you again sometime. Starting out if I never wanted, and have a great day.